Am I the asshole? For telling my stepsister that I don't give a FCK about her and her baby? My stepsister, Jenna, has a 3-month-old son. My mom watches him all day while she's at school, but Jenna has to stay home pretty much all the time when she's not at school because my mom won't watch him more than she has to. I've had to take care of him a lot. I am taking very rigorous classes and am involved in a lot of extracurriculars, so I have very little free time. Most days I don't get home until 6, and then Jenna asks me to watch him for a bit before dinner, so I usually don't get to start doing my homework until after dinner at like 8. I don't think I've gotten more than 5 hours of sleep on a school night in weeks. When I do have time to sleep, I get woken up every few hours by a crying baby. I'm on track to be valedictorian and my grades are suffering because of Jenna's kid. My dad never found the milk, so there's nowhere else I can go. I'm stuck here. I decided I'm done watching her baby, so now I just go to the library or a friend's house after school and don't come home until 9. On weekends I leave the house as early as possible and come home at night. Jenna said that she needs me to stay at home a little more because she can't watch her baby without any help all day. I told her that she chose to have that kid and he's her responsibility. She said that her mental health is suffering because she can't go out much since I stopped watching him, and I need to help her because we're sisters. I said that I don't give a FCK about her and her baby, and if she doesn't want to watch him then she can get a job to pay for a babysitter. She's mad at me now and she told my mom. My mom said she can't make me do anything, but she's disappointed that I'm so selfish and she can't believe that she raised an uncaring brat like me. Am I the asshole? Edit: the baby's dad's parents pay child support but they don't want to be in his life. The dad goes to another school so they have pretty much zero contact. We live in California so abortion is easy to access, but Jenna chose not to abort even though her parents encouraged her to. Her mom lives 3 hours away and her dad doesn't watch the kid because that's women's work. Edit: 2 it was wrong of me to say I don't give a duck about the kid. I do care for him, I just don't want to spend my free time watching him. Not the asshole. You have an interesting family. Jenna's mental health is suffering from watching the baby all the time, so the obvious solution is for you to watch her baby all the time. Your mom apparently has a rigid limit on the amount of time she will watch the baby, but is disappointed in you for being so selfish for not watching the child during all your free time. You are child-free and excelling at school, but you are an uncaring brat. Can you move in with a relative or family friend to finish school? Not the asshole. Don't damage your future because of someone else's poor choices. Not the asshole. You are a child. It is not your responsibility to care for your nibbling. It's unfortunate that your sister became a parent so young, but her choice does not mean that everyone in her orbit is on the hook for the consequences of that choice. Your feelings are valid. Refusing to give up your adolescence does not make you selfish. My dad never found the milk, so there's nowhere else I can go. I've got to know what this means, lol. But otherwise, not the asshole. Don't cave. My friend ended up looking after her baby stepsister while doing important exams. Dunno why her stepmom couldn't do it tbh, and she didn't get into medical school due to her grades. It's not your baby. Nata. Not the asshole, and your mom is an enabler. She likes it so much, she can watch the baby even more. Jenna needs to grow up and take care of her baby. Not the asshole. You didn't get pregnant in high school and you are taking care of your future. That child is not your responsibility. Not the asshole. Actions have consequences. Jenna chose to have a baby, so Jenna can suck it up and deal. She can watch him herself, get a job and pay a sitter like you suggested, or even put him up for adoption if she's decided that parenting is too much for her to handle. As for your mom, tell her that you did care until it started impacting your own mental health and schoolwork, and that, if she had stepped in to at least reduce the amount of time you were expected to watch him, none of this would have happened, and that you may be an uncaring brat, but she's a bad mother. Not the asshole. This baby is not your responsibility. Keep your grades your top priority, they're the best way out of this toxic mess. Not the asshole, and your mother has no business asking you to give up any of your time for this child. Let her think of you as an uncaring brat. I'd rather be that than an unpaid babysitter for a teen mom. Not the asshole, in this case you have to be selfish. Your sister made choices and has to deal with the consequences. You did not get pregnant and you have a promising future. If mom tells you that you are selfish again, agree with her. I am selfish, and plan to be so. Not the asshole, Jenna has to deal with the consequences of her actions. She's a mom and needs to start taking responsibility. Stop babysitting at all. Also, if you have a phone, you could download a white noise app and wear headphones to bed. This might help cut down on your sleep loss. BTW, the reason your mom might be upset with you is because your mom expects to get stuck babysitting even more if you aren't involved. But that's not your problem. You don't owe it to anyone to give up your time so stepsis can still have a social life. Keep up your studies and plan to get out as soon as possible. Not the asshole. Jenna is for getting pregnant, having a kid so young that she can't deal with. Her kid is not your responsibility. She can deal with the consequences of her actions. Guessing the dad is nowhere to be seen? Don't let her or your mom tell you you're selfish. You have your own life and future to think about. Not the asshole. Her baby is not your responsibility. It's nice if you help out when you want to, but you definitely shouldn't be expected to stop your life for her kid. Are you willing to sacrifice everything you've worked hard for your sister's child? And your teen years as well? You did not have a child at 16, so it's ridiculous to expect you to raise someone's child at 16. Tell your mom you're a teenager and you refuse to sacrifice your enjoyment of these years because of stepsister's choices. Not the asshole. Keep doing you, boo. Not the asshole. Your stepsister decided to have a kid. She needs to figure out her life. It annoys me beyond belief that people are called selfish for not taking on the consequences of others' actions. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, the baby isn't your responsibility. You're in high school and you need to study and get a good night's rest without a baby holding you back. She made a choice to have a baby. There are consequences to our actions. If your mom thinks you're a selfish brat, then maybe she should blame herself since she raised you. The baby's father in its life? Did your sister think that once the baby was born all of you would pitch in? Her baby, her responsibility. Not the asshole. What about her bio parents? Not the asshole. Jenna's dad can watch the baby. It's his granddaughter and daughter. Jenna wants you to watch the baby since she's jealous you don't have that responsibility, and we all know misery loves company. Also, you need to show your mom this post and the comments. She needs a wake-up call on how to be a parent to you and also to set boundaries for her own sanity. Dad and baby daddy family need to step up and you and your mom need to take a step back. Not the asshole. Bye, your mom sure is. Not the asshole. For some reason people have decided it is incumbent on those who are responsible to care for those who aren't. That shit needs to end. Not the asshole. Stand your ground. Keep telling SS to adopt the baby out. Call CPS and complain you're being forced to give childcare to a newborn. Not the asshole. I'm glad you're putting your foot down and going elsewhere to get your work done. But you and I both know it was pretty harsh and likely untrue to say that you didn't give a fuck about them. I'd encourage you to apologize for that part, but explain that you can't babysit anymore as your grades are suffering. You don't need to engage any further. Just walk away. Not the asshole, but your mom is. Not the asshole. Her baby, her responsibility. Also, where is the father of the child? He should also be looking after his own kid. You, however, shouldn't be forced to jeopardize your own future. Not the asshole. Her kid, her problem.